Standards identified in these activities have been adopted from the content standards of the national organization for each discipline. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. The students in this special education class are reading the story Night of the Twisters. They begin the reading activity by skimming the pictures and making predictions about the story. This learning activity integrates English Language Arts Standard Number 1, which requires that students use a wide range of print and non-print texts to build an understanding of texts and to acquire new information.
On this page, we see a woman and a boy. And what does the woman have in her arms, Eric?
Blanket.
And what else? Why do you think she has a blanket and a flashlight? Now, we already said it's about tornadoes, so why do you think she'd have a blanket and a flashlight? What would she do with the blanket, possibly?
Put it over her head so nothing.
Okay, she might put it over her head so she doesn't get hit with any glass or anything. Bernard?
Which one is the flashlight?
Go ahead, you can do the flashlight.
So when she's going downstairs to no light, she can see where she's going.
Okay, if the power would go out, she'd be able to see where she was going. Travis?
Using Inspiration software, the students create a concept web depicting what they would do during a tornado and how that might relate to the story. This learning activity integrates English Language Arts Standard Number 8, which requires that students use a variety of technological and information resources to synthesize information and to create and communicate knowledge.
Go in a ditch and lay flat down.
Say that one more time.
Go in a ditch and lay flat down.
Okay, go in a ditch and lay down. Would you go in a ditch, Daphne, and lay down if you were inside somewhere and there was a basement?
Huh?
Would you go lay in a ditch somewhere if you were in a house and there was a basement?
Nope.
No, probably not. But that's a good one if you're outside stuck somewhere. Terrence?
Get a flashlight and a blanket.
Get a flashlight and a blanket. Good. Bernard?
The webbing activity also integrates Technology Performance Indicator Number 5 for grades 3 through 5, which refers to the use of technology tools for individual and collaborative writing, communication, and publishing activities to create knowledge. The students follow along in their books as they listen to the story on a cassette tape. The teacher pauses the cassette tape periodically so the students can discuss and compare their concept web to what actually occurs in the story. This learning activity integrates English Language Arts Standard Number 3, which requires that the students apply a wide range of strategies to comprehend, interpret, evaluate, and appreciate texts.
All right, tornado watch and tornado warning. What's the difference, Bernard?
Tornado warning means that they have spotted it, and tornado watch means that they think it's coming, but they do not exactly know.
Okay, it's good. A tornado watch means that the conditions are right for it to happen. The warning means it has been spotted somewhere close by. What do you think they're going to do? Travis?
Oh, I was gonna say it sounds like the fire thing.
It does sound like a fire siren, but what do you think they're going to do? Bernard?
Get the baby and go to the bathroom like the mother said.
Go to the
Basement.
basement. She left the stuff in the bathroom, but they're going to go to the basement. So let's see what they do.
The students take turns writing sentences to create a paragraph about tornado safety. The teacher assists the students with spelling and punctuation. This learning activity integrates English Language Arts Standard Number 6. The students apply knowledge of language structure and language conventions to create, critique, and discuss print and non-print texts. As the students learn to organize information into coherent paragraphs, they are fulfilling a component of the core knowledge sequence for language arts for 5th grade students.
If we're writing a paragraph, which is what we're going to try to do, what is the first thing that we need to do? Indent. Good. How do we indent? Daphne?
Push that where type.
The tab key. Right. That will just send us over. Whoop. 5 spaces. So we're going to indent. And you want to go first, so come on up and have a seat. You type one sentence about what you would do if you were in a tornado.
Can I write where I just run to a ditch?
But you can put run into a ditch, but I want you to type it as a sentence. So you might start with, how might you start? If I were outside in a tornado. And sentences start with capital letters. Good. If
The students are going to use the internet to research tornadoes. They identify and discuss some useful questions and terminology for their search. The instructor implements English Language Arts Standard Number 7 by having the students identify research questions about tornadoes. The students conduct research on issues and interests by generating ideas and questions and by posing problems. In addition, the students know how to gather information from different sources. This is a component of the core knowledge sequence for language arts for 5th grade students.
Now, if we were going to the internet today, and we are going to do this tomorrow and Thursday, because you all are going to be working on a report, we would be doing some research on tornadoes. So what might we, let me just write tornadoes at the top here. What are some things that we might be looking for? Let me see if I can turn this.
Watches, warning.
Okay, we might type in, let's go one at a time, please. Travis, we might type in watches and warnings.
Watching the news.
Watches and warnings. What else might we type in, Eric?
Watching the news.
Would we type in watching the news, though? I want to know if we went to the internet to search about tornadoes, what would we type in?
Oh,
Hold on.